Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Hello folks, this is Brandon Morningstar with Bending Reality Magazine. Today I am here with Nico from the BluesBones. Tell me a little bit about what you guys like to do for fun when you're not playing music and you just want to unwind.
Oh, well, for me, for myself, I can talk like when I don't have to play, most of the time in the weekends, I go to visit some other concerts, try to discover new bands and yeah, I like to hear good music and when I'm not playing myself, I go to a blues festival nearby and go to check out music. I also do lots of promotion work on my computer when I'm not working. I'm like trying to find clubs and radio stations to play our music, so I'm always busy doing something. And walking my dogs and
okay.
Yeah, do some other fun stuff. I like to drink whiskey.
What would you say is your favorite kind of whiskey?
Try to taste different kinds of whiskey. So that's a little bit the thing I do besides going to work and playing music. My favorite kind of whiskey, yeah, I like the Scottish whiskey because I also like the American whiskey, but for me it's a little bit sometimes too sweet. You know, I like to drink peated whiskey. I don't know if you know. Yeah, you tasted it in America. Peated whiskey.
Yeah, Mr. Daniel made himself quite the discovery when he discovered making that recipe all those years ago.
It's a very special taste, but I really like to drink that whiskey. Like a brand is like Lafroig or Lagavulin. It's like, oh, I love that whiskey. But I also like a simple Jack Daniels is always a good whiskey. And my wife, she started it because she was only drinking Jack Daniels. And we had lots of bottles, different bottles, a single barrel, where you have the special editions, like the anniversary editions. So she keeps them, but the strangest thing is, when she has the anniversary edition, I can't open it. She said, no, you have to leave it.
So she sort of taunts you with that anniversary stuff and says, it's tempting, but you can't have it.
Maybe it's worth good money later. You can't open it and you can't drink. Like, okay, then I'm going to buy some other bottles that I can't drink. Yeah, it's true. Because we have a big bottle here also. Like it's 3 liters, or in America it's like 4 gallons or something. I don't know. The other measures, but it's
You find yourself saying, must resist temptation.
yeah, you can't open it. Like there is a big bottle. Why? Yeah, yeah, but I got lots of other bottles here, so I have a big choice in bottle. And maybe I have like 50 or 60 different bottles, so I have a choice.
Right, right. Okay. How about telling me what inspires lyrics from your band? What are good things that inspire you guys lyrically?
Yeah, you know the most easy stuff is like when a woman has left you. You know, everybody has got that feeling. Yeah? Everybody knows that sometimes in your life you're in love, and a woman is the love isn't from both sides, and you separate, and then you feel heartbroken. So this is the best kind of thing to write about, but it's not always have to be like from heartaches. Sometimes just what you what you experience on the road, because I think in 2017 we will record a new CD, a studio album, and like last year we went on tour in Germany, and we were walking around in the city, and I saw a playground for little children, but nobody was there. I said like, okay, I want to go on the swing, because I'm like 40 years old. I never did it anymore. So I said, oh, there's a playground. We were with 5 guys, like, oh, it's going to be fun. We go to the playground. And I sat on the swing, and then there was a seesaw. Yeah, seesaw.
Right.
And I said, come on, we go on the seesaw, go up and down. But it was a big seesaw, and I'm a big guy. So it was a seesaw for 4 people. So I said, I'm going to sit on one side, and the drummer and the bass player going to sit on the other side, just have a little bit of balance, you know? And we were going up and down and up and down, and everybody was laughing. And suddenly the thing broke in two. Like, oh shit, and we all ran away from the playground. Like, oh, we broke the thing in two. So now in my head it's like, I need to write a song about the seesaw blues or something. So it's in my mind like, this song has to be on the next studio album, that we broke a seesaw on the playground in Germany. And everybody ran away from it. And I still have the video, because our Hammond player was recording it when it broke. But I am afraid to put it on Facebook, because maybe the police will find it and send the bill to us to fix the damn thing.
Right. So it sounds like it was a harmless attempt to just embrace youth, even though I'm not saying you're old, but I'm just saying embracing that chance to just have some fun and feel like a kid for a little while.
So yeah, but this is something like, this is something you that happens, and you tell yourself like, okay, there's a good song in this one. So
okay,
yeah, but that was really the case. I said we have to go on a play. I want to feel like a little kid again, and I was having so much fun. And when I will send you the video, but don't share it. But I will send it to you so you can watch. If you see my face, you see like I'm having the time of my life. Like I'm like a 10-year-old boy again, until the thing breaks, and then it was panic and running away. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, sometimes it's we are getting old very quickly, and youth is a time in your life when you don't have nothing to worry about. It's like you just have to play and have fun, and sometimes you miss the feeling. You miss the feeling. You don't have to worry about nothing. Just play, and when your mother shouts for you, you have to come eat, and you go home. And now it's always different. But yeah, I think deep down inside we will still remain a little child.
Along those lines, would you say that having that time to just unwind and embrace youth refreshes you when you're ready? Like if you're struggling for lyrics or even the sheet music, would you say embracing that youthful side helps?
Always, it's always inside of you, and it never leaves. Sometimes I can enjoy some stupid things to play with. It's like sometimes I'm gonna play a little computer game like I was 12 years old and I'm enjoying it again. It's like, yeah, you have to embrace the little child in you sometimes. So yeah, it helps you on your way in your life also, I think. Check us out. To check us out. Yeah, I think for music is to everybody. Music is different. Some like rock, some like blues, some like pop, some like all kinds of music, jazz. But you just have to explore everything. You can't shut out some other music because it's not. If someone told me like, hey, I've got a speed metal band, I think it's good, and I'm like, okay, speed metal, I don't want to hear it. No, listen to it, and if you listen to it, maybe you can and try and enjoy it, but open your mind to every kind of music, and every music. If music is played from the heart, then music is good, and you have to explore every kind of music, and then you can. If you listen to all sorts of music, then you can tell yourself like, okay, this music I like and this I don't like that much. But I think your audience is more a rock-based audience. I think we got lots of rock influences in our music. It's not just because our name is called the BluesBones. Doesn't mean that we are a blues band.
Along those lines also, what would you say to the younger audience that may not find your music? What would you say to convince them, hey, you should check us out?
Per se, or how you say, a blues band, we are also a rock band because our influences are there. Because I was a hard rock fan, and everything mixes together from all the different musicians, and we make music. So every aspect of the music is inside. We have, just try and listen to it, and maybe you will enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, okay, it's not a problem, but. Just try to give it a chance sometimes.
Okay. Last question in this segment. Past or present, who would love the opportunity to play alongside, maybe on a tour or on a show? Who would that be?
Past or present? Okay. That's a very difficult question. Okay. I have to say. But they don't exist anymore, but I'm going to do the past. The band I love the most is Pink Floyd, because Pink Floyd has made music that everybody enjoys, and it was the biggest band ever alive. They made such great music, and if you would say to me like with which band you would want to go on tour with, I would say Pink Floyd, because I admire them, and maybe we're not the same music as them. They made the best music that ever was written, I think. For me. So I would say Pink Floyd. Okay.
Wrap that segment up, and we're going to take a break, and we'll go into segment 3. Okay, we're back for the final segment of this interview. One of the things I've been asking a lot of musicians' opinions on, how do you feel about the mainstream musicians in your genre? Do you feel that they've lost touch with it, or do you feel that they're still in touch with it?
I don't know. That's a difficult question. Also, you make it difficult for me. Okay. No, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I always say like play blues, and you evolve from blues to a more mainstream. I can maybe one example, I think like Joe Bonamassa. He was a really bluesman, and now he's still a bluesman, but he evolved to some rock scene, and sometimes he rock CD, and sometimes makes a blues CD. I don't know if it's bad or not. I think that people like him becoming more mainstream will let people maybe discover. If somebody likes Joe Bonamassa, and there are lots of people who like Joe Bonamassa, he's a talented player. He makes great music. So when young people are listening to Joe Bonamassa and they like it,
it's okay.
Maybe they will I don't know, read some interviews of him, and he will talk about his influences. and maybe he was gonna talk like my influences in my youth, like were real bluesmen like Howling Wolf and Muddy Waters, and then maybe young people will go to search who is Muddy Waters, who is Howling Wolf, and they will search for it, and they will see from what kind of musicians his influence are, so that they can take youth back to the blues or to the blues rock. Like before, they would never have the help me, the possibility, no, I can't get out of my words. They will find out the other music, So I don't think that that a band who evolves from a genre to another go more mainstream, it's bad. I think it's good, in my opinion. I think it's good because other people will go and check out some other stuff and go on a search for it. So I think this makes sense a little bit.
You're doing fine. Here's one for you. Another tough one, sort of. If Bruce Dickinson were to come to you, since you said he's one.
Ooh, okay, yeah. If
Iron Maiden's one of your influences, if Bruce Dickinson were to come to you and say, "I'd like to collaborate with you," what would you say to that, and what would you want to collaborate with him?
I don't think when he comes to me, I will say no. I will say yes, and I really would love to do that because I think Iron Maiden is I think it was the first LP I ever bought in my life when I was 11 years old. Was I think it was. Yeah, the first LP for me was Iron Maiden, just called Iron Maiden. And then the second one I bought was Number of the Beast. And I really love this music. So if Bruce Dickinson's come to me and he says like, okay, we want to collaborate, I would say, okay, we will do that. I don't know if the other band members would like that. I think maybe the drummer is also, and the bass player is also into the rock, but I don't think the other guys would I don't know. But yeah, I would really like that, and I would want to do some stuff back to the old hard rock, the youth I grew up in, the music from my youth. Yeah, I would really dig it, but I don't think that would ever happen that he will come to me and tell me that. But you never know.
Okay. One of the toughest questions I ask all interviewees. If the chance to come, especially with the international ones, if you had the chance to come across and play in the United States with some of the United States quote unquote popular bands and whatnot here in our country in the United States, who would you want to play with?
Maybe I would say like Joe Bonamassa. Because I really admire him because and my wife is also a big fan of him, and I always loved what I do. I love this previous work, before I think 2008, when it was a little bit more bluesy. But I would think like if we as a band would go to America and do a support act, I think that Joe Bonamassa would be our first choice. We would say Stevie Ray Vaughan, but yeah, he doesn't live anymore. But I think Joe. You've got some great music over there in America, so it's not the only band. But I would say Joe Bonamassa. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think if Kenny Wayne Shepherd's people would say, we'd like you to play alongside of us, you'd take that opportunity?
Yes, because I love him too. Yeah. I've got a lot of CDs from Kenny Wayne Shepherd. I think I got 5 or something like that. Yeah. He's also he's also a big influence to us because I really love his music. So it's a hard question, Yeah, if you have to choose, it's like Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Joe Bonamassa. You got lots of other bands that a name doesn't spring to mind now, but you got so much great bands over there. So we would love to come to America someday, but it's hard for us, because if we have to come over to America, we have to get there. It takes lots of money to get there. You have to rent a backline, you have to rent a van, you have to go on tour, maybe you have to go like 1 month or something. But I would love to go to America someday because I would love to visit all the, Buddy Guys, bar and like Beale Street. Memphis, go to the Mississippi, go to Clarksdale. I hope someday it will happen. I really hope so. But it's hard now. It's because we're not known in America. Here in Europe, we are a little bit known, but in America, nobody knows our band. So they are not waiting for us at the moment, I think. Well, yeah.
Well, I'll do my part to try to help that along so you guys get some love here in America. My last question, since you say you're sort of crossover a little bit with your music, if you got the chance to play with some American rock bands or metal bands of today's popularity, are there any that stick out that you'd love to play alongside?
Mm, I really am a fan of Warren Haynes from Government Mule. That is, Warren Haynes is someone like, I think he would be a nice guy to play with. I don't know why,
Okay.
but it's, I don't know, Warren Haynes. I'm thinking about other bands. You have got some great bands over there. So, I don't know. My mind is going to a blackout now. But the first thing was coming to mind was like Warren Haynes. I don't know why, but I saw him. 2 months ago here in Belgium was playing, and I saw lots of videos with him. I saw one thing sticks in mind. He played with the Allman Brothers Band, and they made some great music. I got some CDs from the Allman Brothers Band, so they made some great stuff. Like I think one of the we are talking about covering one song of them, Soulshine. So maybe we are going to cover it for our next CD. I don't know, maybe, but we will see. But I think we're going to cover it maybe on live shows. But I don't know if it will be on the CD. And I saw him perform with damn, how is his name? In Central Park. Warren Haynes played in Central Park with he performed a song from Neil Young, Cortez the Killer, with the guy. Oh damn, the name slips my mind. It's a big name in America, so if everybody on your radio show will hear it, they will shoot me. I don't. No, but I saw it's a song from Neil Young, and we covered it also with another band of mine, Dusty Dollar, previous band, Cortez the Killer, and we took the version of Warren Haynes in Central Park as our example how to play the song. So yeah, I would say Warren Haynes. It's not the biggest name in America, but for me it's like, yeah, okay, Warren Haynes. I'm gonna choose Warren Haynes.
Very cool, very cool. Well, Nico, I want to thank you again for your time today. This is DJ Fire saying that this interview, as well as several others, will be in future issues of Bending Reality magazine, as well as broadcast pre-recorded on a future radio show. So, Nico, thank you for your time today. I do appreciate it.